turn.
Welcome back.
Okay.
And looks like the players are ready. Countdown has begun. mOOnGLaDe versus Light. Start dropping some predictions in the chat, guys. It's going to be a PVZ of the ages. Light's PVZ is actually really good. Really good.
Yeah, he's it sounds biased because I'm on his team and I'm his friend, but I would go as far as to say as he has possibly the best PVZ in C at the moment.
Well, mOOnGLaDe's my friend, and I think he's got the best ZVP, so meh. Alright, so let's see how this unfolds. We'll just have to argue, and well, actually, instead of arguing, let's let these guys just fight. In the top right here, we have got Gamecom Envy's mOOnGLaDe, the winner of WCS Oceania. Handsome man with beautiful hair and a beautiful face, wins everything in Australia. This guy looking like he wants to take him out. This is Immunity's Light. It's actually another beautiful man.
Yep.
He's got really good fashion sense.
Battle of the beauties in this one.
Makes every other guy at a LAN look like an absolute scrub, fashion-wise, and also player-wise. Yeah, he'll rock up to a LAN in leather pants and snakeskin boots, guys. That is Immunity's Light.
He's very classy.
It's very classy.
ZVP, we're looking pretty standard so far. Unlike Mafia's games, no early pulls, early layers, early gas.
mOOnGLaDe probably will get that 15 pull down.
Yeah. That's for Shizzlin. Light looks like he'll probably go Nexus first. Light is known for his progress.
That said, though.
He hasn't scouted yet.
That's a 12 pull.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Of course, anything we say becomes the opposite, so please ignore us and
that's right, we'll just keep lying, you guys.
We told you about.
Right. I was like, oh yeah, easy peasy, 15 pull. Nope! Alright, well, let's drop the microphone and walk off.
Indeed, but Light has actually gone for the Forge first. He hasn't gone straight for the Nexus first or anything like that. It's not being super greedy, so that'll help him out.
Nexus first is almost a build or to win.
Yeah, it's one of those builds that came out a lot to punish that, especially in like GSL. But yeah, we'll see what goes on. In fact, 12 pull used to be even work against the 1 gate and core sort of builds back in the day when it was like 3 gate expand.
And Light's not going to go into the main to look at this either, because Light just concentrates on blocking the natural and then the third as well. Yep. Light likes to proxy pylon in the natural and also on the third, but unfortunately, this will take minerals away from his wall, which he needs.
Yep.
Lings are out, and Light didn't see them.
That's true. But he's going to head back now, and he's going to see them come out, I think. Oh, is he? Oh, he's going to see them. Okay, there we go. He's seen them. Nexus has gone down, but he's already got his wall started. He's got a pylon going down. There goes the cannon. Will he be able to wall off in time? Glade has a perfect view of what the wall looks like right now, bear in mind. So.
He does indeed, yeah. Glade definitely with his hand on the spirits right now, but Light, he will just in time be able to wall this off.
He's not actually going to be able to do any damage because he did leave 2 lings at home anyway to clear up that pylon. And Light still has a probe down at the third to be extra annoying. And there we go. He does manage to hold it off.
Deflected.
Indeed. It is a long rush distance though, so I didn't expect that to do too much damage. Especially since Light is fairly thorough with his probe scout and being very annoying with them. And
is he going to... No, he's not.
No.
He does sometimes proxy pylon on the natural and the third to be
and then he drops a gate at the natural. And then when that's done, he drops a gate at the third.
I remember actually I was casting, I think the Immunity versus... Was it Immunity Frey CCL? I don't know. We were doing an Immunity match. Oh no, it was Immunity NV.
Yeah. Wait, no, we haven't played NV yet.
Wait, no, wait. We casted something. And Light did his pylon blocks, and then he did a gateway on the natural as well, just to continue to lay it. And I said in the cast that he's playing like a D-bag. Yeah. And then Light obviously watched his VOD, said in SC2 chat, he said, Maynarde, what the you calling me a douchebag? and then I said, yeah, what's up? And he goes, yeah, no. And then he said, actually, yeah, no, it is quite douchebaggy. So he knows that what he does is very, very annoying to the Zerg player, but does he care? Absolutely not, and nor should he. Nor should he at all.
Yeah, I mean, it works out for him, so why not?
That's right.
Yeah, so we have a more or less standard game. We've got the gate and core follow-up. Light took no damage from that 12 pull. It's just getting those probes out. Getting a very early +1, and chronoing out a good old Stalker.
Yeah, just the good old Stalker there, going following that with Sentry. So, just looking at Light's bank here, what he's getting, he's got 2 gases in the main. I don't think we'll see Immortal Sentry. I don't know.
Not Immortal Sentry, but it's still going to be an all-in, I think, because Light does 2 and 3 base all-ins a lot. Just because
he is Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't tend to go for the macro game unless he has to, because he knows that his strongest point are his all-ins and the way he executes them. And I mean, he takes out some seriously scary players with that sort of stuff.
Oh
so.
yeah, and a win is win, guys. Like I mentioned earlier in the class, if you're excellent in one build, you are an excellent player.
Yeah.
So anyone that says, oh, you know, oh, it's easy, la la la, or anything like that, Rain doesn't deserve his WCS win, all that crap. Yeah. Well, if you became amazing, then you don't die to it.
Indeed. So Lord's going to get a nice scout. He'll get just far enough to see those gateways and the robo.
Great scout there.
Yeah, really nice by Glade. And Glade's looking really standard too, getting his lair. 12 drones, speed, lair, 0 Roach Warren, yeah, he has Roach Warren. About the only thing missing from his mix so far is an Evo chamber, but he's not feeling the need to slap one down just yet, which is fine. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now.
Yeah, +1 armor is the first. He's already got +1 attack, +1 armor on the way for Light, and getting an observer from that robo facility. So no immortals. Going for a third. Glade does scout this building though. Glade really good with just everything. The scout, and just handling that early game. He's got pretty much all the information he could possibly get.
That's it, and it is going to be a third build from Light. Glade, of course. Yeah, he pretty much knows this, and that's the reason for that Spire. Because Muta's really great against 3 base. We saw how great they were in the Mafia vs Schnitzel game, and yeah, this is a spot where he's actually on a full 3 base economy before getting his Mutas. But that good old Obs, he knows what's up.
Yeah, exactly. The Obs from Light and the Obs and Fezzer spotting that he has. In fact, it's perved on that main, seeing that Spire. So we can start preparing it. He's going to be as prepared as possible. Going to get that Twilight Council for Blink, no doubt. And the potential... I actually don't think that storms happen in PvZ anymore. I know it used to, a long time ago.
Yeah, they do still. Like, if you're going for that Link Muta composition, storm's definitely a thing.
Roach Warren, though.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's getting melee upgrades, so...
Yeah, that's the way to go. Because Light's army is going to be a roach killing army, stalkers, immortals, that sort of stuff. So if you swarm it with lings, you're going to be a little bit better off. It's always good to have some roaches in there just for a bit of added beef, but a largely ling heavy army works out really, really well. But here come the first 8 Mutas.
That's it. And 13 more drones behind us as well. Let's have a look at the worker count. Wow. Glade is going to be taking an 83 drones over 64 probes. Lead in a second.
This is actually so worrying. I just noticed that in Light's main, he has those 3 gates of Twilight Council and a forge at the edge of his base. That is like prime picking off position. Yeah,
that's Mutatown, and there's actually only a couple pylons powering them as well.
Yeah.
He does have stalkers in the main at least, so he will be able to at least scramble the defense as much as possible. It's really annoying when your entire army's out of position for something like this. Light does at least have stalkers in the main, but Glade will be able to try and do some chip damage here. Does have a changeling that spotted some stuff at the natural there. Is he going to go for the third? There's units at the third as well. Have to see where these Mutas want to go. He's getting +1 attack for the Mutas, so does kind of indicate he wants to keep up the Muta.
Yeah, for sure, and that's going to help out a lot as soon as he goes for Hive and goes for Broodlords, because those are going to benefit from those upgrades, the Corruptors and Broodlords. Both, so yeah, he's looking really good. He's heading towards 5 base, and he's just keeping Light contained. He doesn't have to do any damage, just Light has to sit here now, he can't move out.
62 lings just got produced there from mOOnGLaDe. He has Overlord speed. I wonder when he wants to utilize those Overlords there. 1-1 is about to finish for the melee units of Glade, +1 air attack about to finish as well. Hive also in production. Colossus Den about to finish for Light. And his 2-2 is about to finish. So Light has the upgrade advantage. Glade about to have a ton of units though. Colossi on the way.
Infestors on the way. That's an important thing. If Light gets caught in a clump, those Infestors are going to end his life fairly quickly because the total DPS with all those lings, roaches, and mutas, plus the fungals on top of that, is just going to be devastating. So those Colossi are going to be really, really key.
Wow.
And
Glade's already preparing for the late game here.
Yeah.
Lots of spines by that very important 4th hatchery at the front there, taking a 5th to the very south position. These mutas, I think, yeah, I mentioned that he's going to keep going with them, but he won't. He got +1 attack for them, and he just won't be able to be useful with these mutas at the moment. It'd be nice if he kept them alive, just when Light's at a position to take out probes and the cute little things like that, but here's Infestors now, Great Aspire on the way, just making more and more spine crawlers.
Yeah, he's in a fantastic position, and this is exactly how you hold the 3 base all in Protoss. Oh, needs to be careful. Those mutas aren't too important at this point. Wow. They're just kind of added units, but
actually, none of them died.
It looks like Light might actually want to just go for a 4th rather than attack into that, because the 3 base all in is doomed. And yeah, he's going to drop the 4th base Nexus. Because no one wants to attack into spines, that's what you need against the 3 base all in. He's got tons of Infestors, tons of lings. He would force Light to engage into that, and it's just not going to be a good day for him at all.
So Zepph, has everything we've called been wrong so far?
More or less, yeah. Light's
going for a 4th base instead of the 3 base all in or 2 base all in.
But then again, perhaps he wasn't expecting Glade to go for mutas, so if he wasn't going for mutas, he might have done it. Yeah, I don't know. Only Light knows what Light wants to do. But generally,
and he's better than us at StarCraft, so
yes,
we'll trust his judgment. Lots of Colossi, actually, double roboing them all the way with the Thermal Lance is complete. And Light's about to get 3-3. It's going to be a strong Protoss ball. That Glade already prepared with all those spines. Actually, I'd like to get a count on those spines. I might just count them myself while Infestors obsing.
It's like 9,000 spines.
Wow. 9,001, so just over 9,000. It's actually 14 spines.
Yep. That's a magical number. And there's other ones. There's 6 more being built in the main around the Great Aspires. Light takes out this bottom right-hand base. So Glade is getting super well defended. Light sometimes does utilize Warp Prisms, so it's a smart move to stick some of those spine crawlers, so many S's in that sentence, around the main just to make sure that that doesn't go down. And now he's going to go for it, but there's Broodlords to contend with.
That's right, Broods are on the map. We're at that point in PvZ where this happens. Big fungal on those blunt stalkers. Got a couple of Infestors, but actually they're not target firing very well. A lot of the stalkers just died then, and this Colossus needs to join his brethren. Oh!
Yeah, get out of there, Colossus. What are you doing? Run! Flee! Yes.
They didn't quite get frustration, but they got a couple bit of chip damage on them, but it's okay. It's just shields.
This is a super scary army from mOOnGLaDe though. He's still got the spine crawler defense, and that's why it's so hard to attack into here, because he's never going to attack into Light unless he gets an opportunity. He only has to sit back and wait for Light to come to him. When Light does, he's going to face fungals and spine walls and broodlords. This could be his chance while Glade is trying to recharge his army. Could make this happen.
Oh, big blink there, getting some broodlords, trying to get some Infestors as well.
Colossus is doing a great job in the background. Broodlords are all going down. There's some more morphing, but there's broodlords right underneath them.
Wow, Light is looking so good right now.
Oh, Light might take out Glade in this first game. There is nothing left for mOOnGLaDe. He's making 36 lings, but against this many Colossus, it's going to matter.
Making 134 lings, actually. That's 130 something lings.
Yeah, wow, that's a lot of lings. But still, against 6 Colossus, 5 or 6?
Yeah.
5 or 6. 6
that's
Colossus.
Like and 6 Colossus takes on infinity lings, I think.
It's
really
and
then Infestors are all dying. Raptors are out, but there's not that many. There's so many Stalkers down here.
Force fields. All those things are going to have to funnel in. Can they clean it up? The Stalkers blink backwards. It looks like Colossus are slowly going down, but there's not enough left.
GG. Wow. Immunity's Light taking a very solid game against what I would say the favorite to win this entire bracket.
Damn.
mOOnGLaDe down into the losers bracket. Light continues the winners bracket. Wow. Well done, Ray. GG's all around. Oh, jeez, that attacked. These Protoss units, they're so strong. They're so good.
Wow.
What do you do against that Zepph? He did fungal, he had broods, he had spines.
He just caught him in that one spot where, I mean, he kept all his classes, he kept a bunch of sentries, and he caught him in that one spot where, okay, all the lings got fried, that's good, he's still got all his infestors, that's good, but he needs a few more broods, and he caught him right when he was morphing and didn't have the ground army. So, that was awesome.
Very nicely played. We're getting into game number 2 pretty shortly, guys.
Yeah, he's going to have to... Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry? No, go. No, you.
No, I was just going to say he's going to have to play on Glade's map next, which is Antigua.
Ah, cool. I was just hoping that the stream was enjoying themselves.
They better be.
They best be.
All 208 of them.
That's right. Otherwise, if you're not enjoying yourself, then we'll have to find 8 of you and cut you down. Just to send a message, round it out to 200.
Exactly. So, yeah. Make sure you get on the Twitters and tweet about it, let people know that this is going down.
That's right. In fact, I'm about to do that very same thing. So guys, if you want to make it easy on yourself, follow at Maynarde SC2 or at IM_Zepph and retweet our shares.
Yeah, that's Maynarde with an E on the end and Zepph with double P and an H. And you should also follow at Infeza, spelled exactly as it sounds, because he is the nerd baller that is obsing for us today.
That's it. Do follow all those guys. Of course, there's also at mOOnGLaDe AU, or one word, at ImmunityLight players today. If you want to send them some love, if you want to say mOOnGLaDe fighting, or Ray, you're so sexy, anything like that. Follow those guys. Tweet at them. Let them know they're great.
Yeah. Get in on this, and make sure you continue to follow the ACL guys. This is only our round 1 qualifiers. I believe there's another one to come, and then there's also the actual LAN event. And if you're not from C, yeah, this is actually our MLG for Australia.
This is our MLG. Australia's MLG, and if you want to see more of it, if you're an Australian and you want to see more, then kudos to you, brother or sister. And if you're an international and you want to see Australians enjoying their MLG, if you're enjoying our Australian showing today, then follow those guys. Let them know that they're doing great work. I know the Artosis and Tasteless have nothing but great things to say about ACL. These guys did put on the WCS with the bankroll of Blizzard, so they did an excellent job. I think you'll agree that the WCS was amazing. So let's jump into this game. In the bottom here, we have got Immunity's Light on Antigua. And I introduced your player, Zepph. Why don't you introduce my boy on the top there?
Up in the top left, it is the blue Zerg, the Prince of Blades. It is Envy's mOOnGLaDe.
That's right, Prince of Blades, first son of Kerrigan. He is got to have a fire in the belly, I believe, a fire inside.
Yeah.
Ready to take out this Protoss jerk. Nah, he's a great guy. Glade is going to try and get himself a tied series here. Doesn't want to go down.
Yeah. Looks like Light is actually going to go Gateway first. That pylon is not on the low ground. And this is a build that I think he pulled out against, I don't know, some Zerg. There's too many to remember. Recently.
Some Rand.
Yeah, and it does force the Zerg to go for a bit of an early gas, or not take that third, just be a bit more defensive because you don't know what they're actually going to be doing.
That's a high ground wall up there. Yeah. I really like seeing stuff like this because of how many PVZs we've seen in our casting careers, or you know, if you want to call it a career, our casting hobbies. That it's really nice to see something a little bit different, a little bit kosher.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the PVZs we've seen today haven't been standard at all. We've seen muters, we've seen 10 pull, we've seen 12 pull, we've seen now a gateway opener. So they're switching it up, and that's definitely what I like to see because it's really, really boring for everyone, even the players, to have to do the 3 hatch Zerg, 2 base, Forge Plus expand, Protoss. Yeah, gets old.
It's old. We've been doing it for 3 years, Zepph.
Here comes
3 years.
Is he going to do the gateway? Is he going to die?
I think he might. Oh no, he doesn't have the minerals.
Oh, he doesn't.
He will in a sec, though. I think he might.
Do it. You won't.
Yeah, he's going to. He's going to. Here comes the gateway. Oh, that's a dick move.
I don't know if you can sense it, but Glade's blood just began to boil, just ever so slightly.
Glade has some pretty choice words for Protoss, by the way. This is just solidifying his opinion here.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was doing the Tot vs Frey games with Mafia, he was talking about how Light does this, and he was like, man, it makes me rage. Like, game's barely started, and I just get so mad, I just want to all in them and quit.
But that might be exactly what he's going for here. You're going to get inside the brain. Like, not only is it doing economical damage, I mean, really to him and to Glade, because he has to sink minerals into that block there, but it gets inside their head, and the mental game is the other half to StarCraft, is that if you're on tilt, or if you're messing with the player's brain, StarCraft is just a game that punishes you if you make mistakes, especially when you're at this level. So
it does.
I really support doing crazy things like this to just get inside the brain of your casters, inside the brain of the casters and the players. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
So anyone that, you know, if you think it's a dick move or if you think it's cheesy or whatever, it's actually, I support it completely.
Yeah, it's pretty smart.
It's smart, yeah.
This is cool micro from Light. While he can do it, speed is halfway done. Glade, of course, scouted the gateway first and core with his overlord, so he knows what's up. But he's also going to know that there's an expansion very shortly. He's still got that overlord hovering around, and he's going to have a look-see, see what he can find.
Yeah, this overlord maybe get punished for its crime.
Oh. Yep, down he goes. Blah. So gross. I wonder what's, like, are overlords actually just full of creep? Is that all that's inside them?
I think they must have like creep producing glands, because there's no way that an overlord can just continue to pump creep out of it. Because if you haven't, there's not that much space in that overlord. That said, though, Starcraft units have kind of got those weird physics. Like, remember if you see the Heart of the Swarm opening cinematic, it kind of shows you the size of what the units are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And the little blocky battle cruiser floating over like 6 lings is like the size of a bowl of lings, but actually it's meant to be like the size of a city.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's...
Who knows, man?
Well, they're gonna simplify it. We can't fit something that big on screen.
We're talking about physics in a space game.
Yeah.
This is actually happening right now.
Yeah.
5 gateways going down for Light. He is going to get very aggressive very soon. Third going up for Glade.
Yep, really nice scouting with Lings, making sure that he doesn't miss anything at all.
Got to do this, especially against Light.
Even going up here, I really like that, because that is a really common place for pylons to get put. He's even going to know about that one on the corner, where you can warp in on the low ground with.
My god.
Yeah,
many gates. I'm actually going to get a count on them. That is
all the gates.
8 gateways. No, 7 gateways.
Okay, so we're going to have an all-in.
Yep. From
Mr. Light here. He's got, 7 kill, no upgrades killed, so this is fairly early.
It's a lot of sentries, and Glade just saw them all as well.
Yeah, he knows what's up. He could sacrifice in now and get confirmation, but the thing is, like, usually Zerg would have 3 base right now, but Glade is only just now getting his 3rd hatchery because of the opening from Light, so he's not going to have...
Is actually nearly, basically, you can basically write it off. Hatchery. I'm not sure he can save it.
He's not going to have that extra lava production, which is important, and he's only just now starting to pump some more units out, some roaches. So it's going to come down to the engagement here. He needs to be a little bit careful with these units. Doesn't want to lose anything preemptively.
Yeah, he really wants to save this 3rd, but I'm not sure he can. He's getting a lot of roaches out. We'll have to wait and see. Doesn't have roach speed. Just starting it now.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight. There's a lot of sentries here, plenty of zealots as well. And Light's force fields are actually amazing. That's another thing we haven't mentioned before. His force fields are incredible.
They're quite glorious. See what he can do here. The thing with force fields is he's got a zealot sentry army. There's not many stalkers in here at all, so he needs to make sure he gets just enough so that he can take out roaches.
This is going to be tough. Blaze a lot of roaches here. Zealots up in their face. Nice force fields.
Yep, so far so good, but there's still quite a lot of roaches left. Here comes another zealot warp in for Light. He's doing well so far. There goes the force field on the ramp for the main. It doesn't quite block off, but I'm not sure if a roach can squeeze through there.
A lot of roaches are actually going to pop in the natural here. Right in the face of the sentries. A lot of zealots being reinforced though. Some roaches at the top here with the Queen. Queen doesn't quite have enough for a transfuse. Goes for the lava spit instead. 12 lings, 5 roaches on the way for Glade, and it looks like Glade's going to clean this up.
Yep, all the sentries have gone down. If they were still alive, it might look like a different story, but yeah, he holds it off. So what does Light do from here? Is he going to GG straight out, or is he going to play it?
I mean, he's got a lot of minerals and a lot of gas. No, he will GG. So that wasn't all in there. Glade taking game number 2 away from Immunity's Light there. Tying the series 1-1, and other Zergs would have straight up died to that attack there, just to show you the level of this Prince of Glades. He is amazing. So we'll game number 3, guys. Drop some predictions, please. Will you see Ray Immunity Light Z go up, or will you see Andrew mOOnGLaDe Panda take yet another Starcraft victory? I honestly can't call it.
I can't call it.
I can't call it.
No one
Game
can call
1
it.
and Game 2 were just...
They're close.
Yeah.
We know what's up.
It's just amazing of how much Glade practices and how much Light doesn't practice.
Yeah.
It's like really amazing that they're still so closely matched.
Yeah, Light just he relies on his mechanics more than anything. So yeah, it's cool. Like I actually spoke to him about how he practiced, how he managed to do it, because he does work full time, and he was like, well, I kind of just watch what other people do, and then I emulate that. And he doesn't even practice it that much. That's what blows my mind, because it's like he doesn't feel the need to go out and play 60 games with that build to be able to do it. He just does it, and it tends to work.
All right, game number 3, the deciding match for this best of 3 is about to go down on Protoss Kingdom.
That's the one. It's gonna suit Light very well. Nice map for all-ins.
Be very happy about this for map number 3. Anyway, jumping straight into the game, we've got Gamecom Envy's mOOnGLaDe in the top right here, handling that all-in like a boss. And who's this, Zepph? Your boy.
This is, yeah, one of my kind. It is Red Protoss, Immunity's Light.
That's right. Not one of your race, but one of your people.
One of my people. One of my teammates.
That's it. And how is Immunity treating you these days?
Very well. Very well.
Excellent.
They got our backs.
We do. Big T.
Iced Tea, as I've taken to calling him. Every time I email him, I'm like, yo, Iced Tea. He's down with it.
The man with the plan and dat bank. Immunity, one of the more successful and well, basically arguably the most successful esports team in Australia.
They've been around.
They've been around for
9 years.
Yeah, nearly a decade. I was going to say.
About 10. Yep. Actually, it should be 10 this year, I think, but primarily console titles and all that sort of stuff.
Are you going to have a decade party? All Immunity people going to get loose?
I don't know. We should. Hey,
I think should do a decade party. I think 10th birthday.
Pitch that idea. Yeah, run a
Send
huge Starcraft tournament for it.
Ice-T at immunity.com.au.
Do it. I like it.
Yeah, and mOOnGLaDe, as mentioning, has only been playing Heart of the Swarm. He's fully switched to Heart of the Swarm now, not really playing Wings of Liberty anymore at all.
Yeah, that's same.
Preparing for the transition.
Pretty much everyone, yeah. Everyone's...
I was talking to Glade about it. You know, I was like, come on, man, everyone's playing Heart of the Swarm. Why aren't you playing Heart of the Swarm? And he's like, he said, honestly, I feel like I only need mechanics to transfer into Heart of the Swarm and still do well. And he was not telling a lie. He's absolutely 100% true. I was watching his stream the other day. He was beating Sleep.
Yeah.
He was beating Huang Sin, a couple Koreans on the hot slather. His MMR is already high enough to hit the heroic ring against Heart of the Swarm. So
yeah.
I would imagine that he will. Oh, there you go. I miss Wings of Liberty.
Really?
Hot's pretty broken. Yeah, it's in beta stages still. Full release around the corner, and on full release probably won't be that balanced. But you know, I got faith. It'll be fine.
I'm getting bored of Wings of Liberty anyway.
Yeah, it's the natural transition. Wings will die when Heart of the Swarm comes out, and that's basically what happened to Brood War when that came out, StarCraft 1, and Frozen Throne when that came out for Warcraft 3. So it's just what happens. We got it in Heart of the Swarm right now. I think the major concern is Skytoss and also Hellbats.
Yeah.
Very strong compositions.
Gem Hellbats. And for Zergs, Roach Hydra beats everything. That's what you need to do. You can't go Ling Bane anymore in ZVT. That was interesting to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. Anyway, we got a game going on here. There's not all that much to talk about, but it's worth mentioning just while we got it. Forge, Fast Expand, Gateway, all that kind of stuff from Light. And we've got the hatch from mOOnGLaDe. Delayed once again from Light. That's about it.
Yep, PvZ guys, not much action in the early game.
Yeah.
And even less, actually, in Heart of the Swarm, because of the Mothership Core. Very hard to kill a Protoss now.
Yes. I'm actually not sure if I like that. The fact that they've made it next to impossible for you to beat someone in the early game. Like, everything now has to be a macro game. Or, like, at least go to the mid game. But Zerg doesn't have anything to help them against that sort of stuff.
They have tier 1 upgrades that have been moved.
Oh, true that, yeah. Actually, I forgot about that. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
It's okay. You're a Zerg. You just got your race's best interests at heart. It's okay.
Yeah, I've got to do the balance wine.
Absolutely.
Comes with being a Zerg. Yeah.
That's right. GLaDe busting out a bit of that at the beginning of the game. And just going for a bit of Probe Scout here. GLaDe does have Lings on the map here, just taking the towers. Very standard. Very, very, very standard. And yeah, so it's really hard to say what the other players are doing right now because anything can happen from this point.
Yep, well, we've got a +1 coming along from Light. No Robo or anything like that just yet, but we might have one dropped now. Yep, there we go, there's Robo, so it could be a Sentry.
Yeah, it could definitely be a model Sentry, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
This map does well for it as well.
Yeah,
Lots
it's like, it's the Sentry model map, but GLaDe, if anyone can hold it,
oh, well,
it'll be him.
We can see that GLaDe is an all-in holder. He's a bit of a pro at that.
It's pretty gangster, pretty thug.
It's pretty thug.
I just got a word from Baldy that our next match after this one will be Vantopox versus TN Nomad. I think TN is Team Knight, is it? I'm not entirely sure.
I don't want to say I could be wrong. So
but it's going to be a ZVP again. So if you haven't had enough ZVP, that's going on. But looking at the rest of the brackets, we also have like Pig versus Pokerface going on, ZVZ. And yeah, there's a few other matches in there. So things are starting to heat up.
Observer coming out now means that it probably won't be a model all-in actually.
Yeah, it's going to have the...
So.
We've only got 3 extra gates going down too, so yeah. Is he still making probes? He's still making probes, so yeah, it's probably going to be a third base actually.
Yeah, chrono boosting. Yeah. And GLaDE's got a lot of queens out. His creep spread's looking pretty good at the moment. Observer heading across the map right now, just have a little bit of a perv. And GLaDE taking a sneaky cheeky. Oh no, he's looking for, sorry, those were Lings. He's looking for that proxy pylons. He's being ultra careful. And you've got to be active with your units on the map. You can't just have units sitting there. And Light doing the same thing, moving out with his units, just taking away a little bit of map vision from GLaDE, just doing a little bit here and there.
That's it. Gonna have a good look-see, and both players pretty well set up. They're exactly where they want to be at this point in time. And there we go, we've got the third base being dropped for Light. The Overlord, of course, of GLaDE, knows everything that's going on. He's gonna report back to base.
Lots of Lings and some Roaches coming out. Looks like GLaDE might actually try and get offensive.
A fair call.
Will live. Oh.
Belly. Oh.
Oh.
That Odie.
He's got some stories. He's seen some things. Observer, nearly called him an overseer, coming into the main here, having a look at pretty much everything. Seeing that lair, sees the Roach Warren and the Evo Chamber. +1 on the way for those Roaches. Also, Glial Reconstitution.
Yeah, it'd be cool if he actually just sweeps over the army. Surely he knows by now that there's tons of units being produced, so he knows that there's danger of being attacked, because that's what's going on, and Light is starting Sim City. And this is a fair call by GLaDE, because, I mean, Protoss has...
It's a really good time to attack, actually. He's got to be careful with these sentries, though.
Yeah.
Not that many Zealots, but a lot of sentries. Oh, actually got to sneak those Lings up on the high ground. This is huge for GLaDE. Go for a flank here.
Sim City's going to make it tough, but still, the Roaches they do quite a bit of damage to buildings if they really have to get through them.
Light's units are in a position to be able to... Yeah, actually, this wall was going to be very good for Light.
Yeah.
GLaDE coming in on 2 fronts here. Lings coming out the top. Now moving around the back towards the minerals. Going to take out this wall. Gateways are disappearing. Force field going down. Light's force fields are gangster.
Yeah. They're doing well. But he doesn't have all that much firepower with his army, so he's got to be really careful with how he approaches this.
GLaDE's army is so scary right now. It's a lot of Immortals. But there is many, many Ling down here. 15 drones being made in the meantime, because GLaDE knows Light will not be on his half of the map for a little while here.
Yeah, he's keeping up the pressure. Really nice moves. He's not going to break through there, I don't think, and I like the decision that he isn't going to try and punch his way through there. Of course, GLaDe is infinitely smart, and he wouldn't do that and lose all his units. But yeah, he's kept Light on edge, and yeah, but Light does get that third base up. And the next problem is going to be when he wants to move out, because no one wants to move out against this, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's a lot of Zerg. They're quite fast now, the Roaches have speed, Lings obviously have speed as well, and I like this as well, taking out the rocks here, going to clear up some space. Force field's not as scary once you have a bigger surface area to work with. So just preparing for the mid-game and that sort of thing. GLaDe is clearing up the middle of here. Light's Observer, just trying to see what he can see. Observers are painfully slow sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, especially when it's like that situation when they're heading over to a base and there's like clicked Banshees coming to their base or like
yeah,
DTs
like,
or something. You're like, no.
I want
quick.
that medevac boost thing.
Yeah.
Blink on the way for Light. Getting 6 more gateways. Actually looks like Light's going to go all in on 3 bases, I think.
That's a lot of overloads.
Yeah, it is a lot of overloads, and they're actually in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah, they're not meant to be there.
Oh,
Light could probably just stroll out and be like, oh, well then, gonna pop these balloons and head back inside.
That's right. 10 Infestors in production for GLaDe.
Yep.
Preparing for the late game. Hive and Spire on the way. Broodlord time is on the clock.
And there goes the Overlords, sorry, they're getting poked down by Light's army.
7 Overlords now, that's unfortunate. The GLaDe fans.
Not such a bad supply block, could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, he had a good supply cap before those Overlords went down, but it is 700 minerals that he would rather have spent on something else, I'm sure.
Yeah, indeed, that's his mineral bank gone, but he's set up really nicely. Light's going to hit just as Infestors come out. He's going to be clearing up some of this creep, perhaps. And he doesn't want to attack into these Spine Claws, so...
Force field's going down here, just protecting his army on the retreat. He's clearing up creep tumors here, has an Observer with his army, Overseer with GLaDe as well, and he has a lot, I have to stress, a lot of Infestors.
Indeed.
So, yeah. This is a tough protocol. And this fight will actually keep Light on the high ground.
Uh-oh. Well, actually, these Immortals are doing a ton of damage. They're in fact doing nothing but hitting Roaches. There's 5 of them left. They're not getting taken out. Can Light push through here? This is the might of the Protoss army engaged badly with bungles.
And all of the Immortals live, and GLaDe is actually now, with that many Roaches dead, in a really hard position here. The Roaches only have +1, losing more Overlords!
Yes, indeed, but those Immortals are actually getting softened up a bit. There is the reinforcement from mOOnGLaDe. The Immortals are now in the front. There's no force fields left.
Oh, the Immortals are starting to thin in numbers a little bit. There's still 4 left. Light and GLaDe is out of Infestor energy. Needs to give up this position on the hatchery here. Good fungal going down on those Zealots, but an offensive flick from Light on the Infestors here.
Oh,
and GG!
Wow. Light takes GLaDe out 2-1. What a great series.
Wow. Light taking a solid 2-1 there. Another upset. Actually, I wouldn't even call it upset. These guys are so evenly matched. Solid best of 3 there.